While the Kings were enjoying their first playoff win in 17
Yeah.
years, you did some digging. Steph had a chance in the final minute for the Warriors in game 1, but missed again.
Mhm.
Then had some bricks in game 3.
Game
You
2. Yeah, that's not your fault. It says game 3, but it should say game 2.
Oh,
Go
game
ahead.
2. You did some research to see just how bad Steph is in the clutch. What did you find?
Well, so this is actually not really an indictment on Steph. Steph has not been great at the most clutch playoff shots in his career. But I was doing this research to see how Steph ranked, and then the same thing kept popping up. And so I think you guys can throw on the screen whatever tweet, the first tweet of mine that you have, and we can discuss it. Because, so this was the first one. I wrote, after Saturday, Steph is now 3 of 13 on game-tying or go-ahead threes in the final minute of playoff games. Here's the full list of guys who've taken 10 such shots. So this is, the data only goes back to 96, 97. And everyone who's taken, there's only 10 guys who have taken, again, the scenario here was 3-pointers attempted to tie or take the lead in the final minute of playoff games. Ray Allen was 10 of 16, which is an absurdity. Damian Lillard's 5 of 10, which is great. And then you have Russ, who's 1 of 14, not surprising. Durant, 3 of 16. Steph, 3 of 13. But what jumped out to me was the late, great Kobe Bryant, who everyone who argues Kobe should be in the GOAT conversation. Kobe's better than LeBron. The number one thing they go to is killer in the clutch. Who do you want taking a shot? And over the last 26 years, the only person worse at game tying or go ahead threes in the last minute of playoff games than Kobe Bryant was Russell Westbrook. Kobe, 3 of 17. And that then brought me to my next tweet, which was, again, same time frame, last 27 years, as far back as I have the data, all shots, not just threes, in the final minute of playoff games to tie or take the lead. Harden, worst of there's 22 players that qualify. On our screen right now, it actually cuts off the number one guy, which is Ray Allen. He's the only guy above 50%. He's at 52%. But let me go into this for a moment, because James Harden, the worst, 2 of 17. That tracks with what you remember. Russell Westbrook, second worst, 3 of 24. Again, this is playoff games. Tie or take the lead, final minute, all shots. And then the second best, 21 of 44, is LeBron. And the eighth worst, 12 of 44, is Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan, and to be fair to Michael, this is his last couple of years of his career, is on there at 5 of 13. But that right there is a jarring stat that I put on television yesterday, and Kevin Wildes, I don't know if he was joking or not, said, I reject it. Which is, Kobe played 20 years. LeBron has played 20 years. The universally accepted narrative is Kobe was a fearless killer who always took the shot and was as good of a clutch player ever. LeBron, this is one of the universally accepted narrative. LeBron, this is one of his weaknesses. He looks to pass. He doesn't take those shots, and he's not good at them. Yet, they both have played. Kobe played 20. LeBron is in the midst of year 20. Amazingly, shots in playoff games. Put that tweet back up if you would, please, and then we'll go to the next one. Shots in playoff games to tie or take the lead in the final minute. They both took the exact same number, 44 in a 20-year career. Kobe made 12. That's 27%. LeBron made 21. That's 47%. Almost double. Second best percentage of anyone in basketball, only to Ray Allen.
You seem really passionate when talking about your best friend.
Okay. Well, no, I'm passionate when, listen, I do a sports talk show, and he's the greatest athlete of all time. So it does generate some passion, but I'm also passionate in debunking myths. So again, exact same number of attempts in their career. Kobe was below average at them. LeBron, the second best of anyone. Go ahead.
But it's weird how two of the most clutch shots of LeBron's career were made by Ray Allen and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, well, again, over the course of, and two of the most clutch shots of Michael Jordan's career were made by Steve Kerr and John Paxson. The producers right now are setting you up to fail because they are feeding you information to debate with me about something that is not going to work out well.
It's not going to win because
I agree.
We all know you'll always be on LeBron's side.
No, I agree. I've always thought it's unfair that LeBron's teammates are allowed to make shots. It would be much more fair for the rest of the league if it was like, hey, you're too good. Your teammates can't make shots. But then we get to the next thing, which is someone tweeted to me, closing out a game is not just about the final minute. Same list for the final 6 minutes would be far more interesting. So I give you that, which is, again, the context is the final 6 minutes, same thing, last 27 years. Everyone that's taken at least 60 shots in the final 6 minutes of a playoff game to tie or take the lead. Once again, not good for Steph. He's better only than Russ. He's 33%. Not good for Kobe. He was 38 of 115 for 33%. And great for LeBron. Second best of everyone only to Duncan. 59 of 143 for 41%. So final 6 minutes. Final half of the final quarter of playoff games. The entirety of both of their careers. Kobe has taken 115 of those. LeBron's taken 140 of them. LeBron's made more, made a higher percentage. So then someone else tweets to me, now do 5 seconds or less. So I gave 1 minute. They're like, nah, that's too small. So give 6 minutes. And it still shows Kobe below average, LeBron best or second best. So then it says, all right, give me, now let's go the other way. Final 5 seconds. So I do, okay, everyone that's taken at least 6 shots in the final 5 seconds of a playoff game to tie or take the lead. And what we see is Steph is 1 for 6. And by the way, again, if you're watching on the show, they cut it off after LeBron. The top 2 are actually Chris Middleton and Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was 5 of 9. Chris Middleton was 3 of 6. But the numbers, Kobe, in these situations, final 5 seconds of playoff games to tie or take the lead. Took that shot 18 times. Made 4 of them. Amazingly, LeBron also has taken that shot exactly 18 times. Made 7 of them. It's a hard shot to make. Harden's 1 for 7. Russ is 1 for 6. Steph's 1 for 6. Durant hasn't even taken 6 of these. I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. Durant's 2 of 11, pardon me. But again, and this is where people just aren't able to process the facts. 5 seconds.
You're the only one who can process the facts.
Well, I think if you go tell people it's inarguable that LeBron is the most clutch player of his generation and that he is one of the most clutch players ever, while Kobe was inefficient and not effective at these shots, no one will believe you. And people say, LeBron's scared to take them. Takes the same amount as Kobe. No matter how you slice it, the same amount as more. 5 seconds, 1 minute, 6 minutes. Fourth quarter playoff games, tie or take the lead. People just don't want to hear it. It is not what they want to remember. And that then does bring me briefly to everyone watching this right now saw the entirety of Kobe Bryant's career. Or almost everyone watching probably did. And yet I believe they probably have a hard time believing this data. Like, that's not what I remember. So let's extrapolate that. What does that mean for how we talk about Michael Jordan? When a lot of us, weren't locked into the NBA in the 80s. We didn't have League Pass. And Jordan's unbelievable. Obviously one of the 3 greatest players ever. You can make an argument for number 2. You can make an argument for number 1. But how much of the legend is what we want to remember rather than what actually happened? Because with Kobe clutch shots, it's a huge part of it. And with LeBron not being clutch, it's the entirety of it.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.